What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our Finance Tuesdays. We are on part 3 of the Triangle of Wealth. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the previous episodes. We went over a couple of things with earning and saving income. Today is about investing our income. And why do we focus on Finance Tuesdays? Well, the first reason, as a man, we want to provide. We want to provide for ourselves, for our families and our communities, right? The second thing is we want to make sure we're the breadwinners. We want to be the ones putting food on the table. We don't want to be the ones sitting in our homes on the couch wondering what we're going to do with our lives. We want to go out and hunt and bring it home, right? That's just in our DNA. We can't get that out of us, right? So if we're going to be the man we're supposed to be, then we have to understand how money works. We have to understand what we're doing with our money, and it has to have a purpose. And then we have to understand that if we don't have a purpose, we got to figure out what we're doing with it. So in today's episode, we're going to focus on investing. Now, before I get to that, I want to do a quick recap on the triangle of wealth. So let me pull up that triangle again for you guys. Let me just go and share my screen with you. And as you can see here, this is from Jerry Feta. You got to earn income. That's the first thing you got to do. Earn income. Second thing you got to do is save money. And the next one is invest. If you don't start with earning, you won't save. If you don't save, you won't be able to invest. And people probably wonder, why don't you just go from earning to investing? Well, here's what happens when you go straight into investing. You put yourself more at risk. People don't talk about this enough, but you got to think about how much risk can you take right now. If you're earning your income, and let's just say you go borrow $40,000, $50,000 to flip a home, but you don't have any savings. And let's say an emergency happens, you go to the hospital, something happens to your kid, something happens to your wife, your dog does something stupid, if you have a dog, of course. Then what happens then? Well, you got to pay for that, right? Well, what if you don't have any savings for it? Well, guess what? That investment is now shot. It's now on pause because you got to go over here and take care of stuff. So that's why you don't want to go right into investing, because if you don't got enough capital to take care of 6 months of your reserves, this is now blown up. So that's why you have to follow wealth through a sequence, not just go from A to C. It doesn't work that way. You have to go A, B, then C. But if I don't fix this first, these two aren't going to work. So we got to focus on earning income first. Once the income is, we're getting money, we're saving it. And again, we want to get to 40% with our savings. That's the goal. The wealthy save money and they save 40% of it. So if we don't save 40 of it, then we're not going to be able to invest, and we're not going to have any backup plans when something, may go wrong, right? We have to prepare for that. So what does the word investing mean? What is the meaning of investing? So investing is an asset acquired with the goal of earning income or appreciation. If we don't earn income with our investment, it's not an investment. I don't care what anyone says. If you're investing in something, you lose money. Did you earn income? No, you didn't. That's not an investment. I don't want to be put in a position where if I'm going to make an investment and I know I'm going to lose money in it, I'm not doing it because I don't get my time back from that opportunity, right? So we have to be very, very strategic with our investing. What is the meaning of investing versus speculating? Well, let's go to Investopedia. Go back to sharing my screen, as you can see here. So investing versus speculating. Speculating is a distinct activity from investing. Investing involves the purchase of assets with the intent of holding them for the long term, while speculation involves attempting to capitalize on market inefficiencies for short-term profit. Ownership is generally not a goal of speculators, while investors often look to build the number of assets in their portfolios over time. So when it comes to speculation, it's all short-term. There's no long-term gain from it. There's no idea of just holding on to things. We just want to make money fast. We don't want to wait for the long term, because if we can make our profits, that's it, right? You usually see this in stocks, right? But with stocks, you might make 20% one year and then make a negative 10% the next year. So really, you only made 10% if you look at it that way. What you don't consider is you're going to pay taxes and fees on it. And at the end of the day, you're still speculating. You're not really investing. You're hoping the market goes up. What if it doesn't? Crashes, right? You just stay in it and just hope it goes up. Well, again, you're not considering what if there's an emergency? What if there's something that goes on in your life and you don't have that capital to take care of it? See, this is where people get stuck. They think that oh, I got crypto, I got stocks, but really you're speculating because you're hoping short term it works out, but you're not thinking long term. Investors think long term. They don't get caught up in the stock market, cryptocurrency. They're not caught up in that stuff. They're focused on long term gain. They don't want something that doesn't bring long term results. And even though speculators, they make informed decisions, speculation cannot usually be categorized as traditional investing. Speculation is generally considered a high risk activity than traditional investing. Some experts compare speculation to gambling, but the veracity of this analogy may be a matter of personal opinion. So obviously, we could say it is gambling, but at the end of the day, you are going to put yourself at a higher risk when it comes to speculating. If you're investing, you're taking your time. Yeah, you might not make the 20, 30% gains, but if you're making 10 to 12 on a regular basis, well, hey, you're going to make that 10 to 12 every year. Or let's just say you have different real estate deals where you're making 10 to 12. Well, now you're like, okay, I'm making 10 to 12 here, and I got an insurance policy where I'm making 3 to 5 each year, where you're looking at a 17% that you're making each year on your real estate and your life insurance. You want to really consider what you're doing with your money. You want to think about, okay, if I'm going to go into this deal, is this an investment or is it speculation? Because if it's speculation, I'm going to put myself at a greater risk. And if I'm not going to, think about that, it's going to jeopardize my future plans with my money. So think about what you're doing. And of course, investing is a risk. I'm not going to say like you won't have any risk involved, but how much can you tolerate? How much should you tolerate? Because I tell you what, if you got car payments, if you got student loans, credit card debt, or any kind of debt out there that's, consumer debt, you want to pay that off first because you're not going to outrun your debt with investing. That's why you want to earn, you want to save your money, get to 40%, have 6 months of reserves, and then you go into investing where you got plenty of capital, you've got 6 months of reserves. So if something doesn't go right with that investment, you're still good. You're still making 3 to 5% on your life insurance, right? So over here, you're trying to make your 10 to 12. Over here, you're making your 3 to 5 with your life insurance. That's the goal. And then that's why you don't want to skip steps. You want to earn your income. And what happens is instead of focusing on the people out there on YouTube making the quick rich schemes and say, oh, you're going to make money in 6 months. You're just focusing on your skills. You're trying to get better at what you're already good at. That's just earning income with the skills you have. My focus is on getting better at selling Medicare products and just doing Uber and YouTube. I'm not trying to get caught up in, oh, you're going to get rich in 6 months. Would I love to see my YouTube page grow to 100,000 subscribers in 6 months? Sure, that'd be great. Do I need to have that expectation? No, I don't, because this is going to take time. I understand this is a long-term commitment for me. It's not a short-term thing. And what happens is when you have that mindset of always wanting it fast, you never learn how to be patient and you get caught up in deals that just don't work for you. And then on top of that, I mentioned earlier, you're going to pay taxes and fees on the stock market and you're hoping that the market goes back up. Well, if it crashes in a way where you lose pretty much everything, was it really worth it? And on top of that, you still got to pay taxes and fees. Like, I'm not going to do that for me. I'm just not. I refuse because I don't want to put myself at risk. Let's look at investing versus savings because I do want to talk about this next part. And it says saving, again, it's a difference. Saving is accumulating money for future use and entails no risk, whereas investment is the act of leveraging money for a potential future gain and entails some risk. Though both have the intention of having more capital available in the future, each go about growing in a very different way. So keep in mind, saving money is different than investing. You're saving for the future. Investing is you're trying to acquire more income, right? You want to make sure when it comes to your savings goals, you want to get better at that. You want to get better at, saving more because you can earn all the income in the world. If you don't know how to keep it or where to put it in the right place, what are you doing? You're not really making money. You're just blowing it all away. I see so many people, they make a huge check and they go buy a car. I'm like, why didn't you just go store that money? There was a girl, we worked in AEP last year. The first thing she did after she got her AEP money, she went and bought a BMW and she's got kids. Now, I don't know her financial situation, but my thing is, if you're not storing any of that away, and then you're getting a car that entails mechanics, probably a huge car payment, and your insurance might go up. But what if you lose your job? We don't think about that. We're just, oh, buy it now, buy it now. You should probably wait, right? Get better at what you're doing. Get to a place where you can make over that 6, 7 figure range, right? Don't put yourself in a huge hole. Like think about the things you're buying now. Like sometimes some things can wait. They really can't because you have so many working years left. The only thing at 65 that's waiting for you is a Part B premium in Medicare. And if you don't have any type of assets, any type of flexibility, you're going to be living on Social Security. Assuming Social Security will still be here. So think about putting your money in the right place so you can have capital to live off of, so you can have investments to live off of. You don't want to be 65, asking your kids to take care of you. I don't want to do that to my kids. I don't want them saying, "Oh man, dad's just always relying on us." No, that's not their responsibility. And I see that too. Like where parents just hoping their kids will take care of them financially. I'm like, why didn't you make good financial decisions? Because we should take responsibility of our finances. When it comes to the triangle of wealth, we can't skip steps. We want to make sure we're earning our income, saving our money. And then once you're in a position to invest, go invest. Be consumer debt free. Have no debt going into it because if you have no debt, you lower your risk. And on top of that, you have more options. Your credit's better, right? You have more capital in your life insurance policy, and you're still earning 3 to 5% on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go check out the previous 2 videos I made about the triangle of wealth, and I'll see you on the next video.